Imagine this, it's Tuesday morning. You're drinking your coffee, scrolling through emails, and then, boom, your car transmission fails. Or maybe it's a medical bill that didn't show up in the mail. Or perhaps the unthinkable happens and you lose your job. Now, ask yourself, do you have the cash to handle that right now? Or are you about to swipe a credit card and start a spiral of interest payments that could last years? Here's the hard truth. Most people don't have an emergency fund. And in today's volatile economy, relying on credit cards isn't a plan, it's a gamble. Today on Fiscal Beacon, we're changing that. We're going to walk through exactly how to build a 6-month emergency fund from scratch. No magic tricks, no get-rich-quick schemes, just clear mathematical steps to give you peace of mind. Hi everyone, welcome back to Fiscal Beacon. I'm your host. If you're new here, we focus on making personal finance simple, actionable, and stress-free. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how much you need to save, where to put it so it grows, and the specific strategies to hit that 6-month mark faster than you think. Let's get into it. First, let's tackle the big number. Why 6 months? Why not 3? Why not 10? The 3 to 6 month rule is the gold standard for a reason. 3 months covers minor hiccups, a broken water heater, a short-term gig gap. 6 months covers serious disruptions. Think about it. If you lost your income today, how long would it take you to find a new role or source of revenue? In many industries, that search can take 4 to 6 months. If you don't have cash on hand, you're forced to sell investments at a loss or high-interest debt just to survive. But here's where people get stuck. They look at the total number and freeze. Let's say you need $15,000. That sounds impossible when you have $0 in savings. So, we need to break this down. Step 1 is calculating your true monthly burn rate. This isn't your gross income, it's your essential survival costs: rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, minimum debt payments, insurance. Let's use a real example. Meet Sarah. Sarah makes $5,000 a month after tax. Her rent is $1,500. Groceries are $400. Utilities are $150. Car insurance is $100. Minimum student loan payment is $200. Add those up. $1,500 plus $400 plus $150 plus $100 plus $200. That's $2,350 a month. This is Sarah's survival number. To build a 6-month fund, she needs $2,350 multiplied by 6. That equals $14,100. Now, $14,100 looks scary. But if we break it down weekly, it's $275 a week. If we break it down daily, it's roughly $9 a day. Suddenly, it feels manageable. Your goal isn't to save $14,100 tomorrow. It's to save $9 today and $9 tomorrow and keep going. Okay, so you know the number. Now, how do you find the cash? If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you might think there's no room to save. But there is. We use a strategy I call the squeeze. The squeeze isn't about starving yourself. It's about auditing your latte factor and your subscriptions. But more importantly, it's about temporary lifestyle compression. Let's look at Sarah again. She spends $300 a month on dining out and non-essential subscriptions. That's a huge chunk of change. If she cuts dining out completely and cancels unused subscriptions, she frees up $300 a month. That's $300 a month toward her $275 weekly goal. She's already at 80% of her target just by changing her spending habits. But what if that's not enough? This is where you need to get creative. Can you sell items you no longer need? Old electronics, clothes, furniture, list them online. That's instant cash. Can you take on a side hustle for just 3 months? A weekend delivery gig or freelance work can add another $500 a month. The key here is temporariness. You aren't committing to eating rice and beans forever. You're committing to it for 3 or 6 months to build your foundation. Once the fund is built, you can relax. But for now, treat this like a financial project. Every dollar you redirect from nice-to-haves to need-to-haves is a brick in your safety wall. Strategy 1 is about tightening your belt. Strategy 2 is about catching the wind. We call this the windfall rule. Life will throw you money. It might be a tax refund, a work bonus, a birthday gift, even a small $50 gift card to a store you don't shop at. Sell it or use it to pay down high-interest debt, which frees up cash flow later. The rule is simple. 100% of any unexpected income goes directly into your emergency fund. No new shoes, no dinner out, not even a small treat. Why? Because unexpected money often disappears quickly if we don't have a plan for it. If you get a $1,000 tax refund, that instantly wipes out about 40 days of your emergency fund. That's huge progress. I want you to imagine your emergency fund as a bucket. Every week, you're pouring in a cup of water from your budget. But when a windfall comes, you're dumping a whole bucket in at once. This accelerates your timeline significantly. If you stick to the squeeze and the windfall rule, you can cut your timeline to build the fund by half. Now, a critical question: where do you put this money? Do not leave your emergency fund in your checking account. You will spend it. It's too accessible. And do not put it in the stock market. The market can drop 20% in a month. If you need that money during a crash, you lose principal. That defeats the purpose. Your emergency fund needs two things: liquidity and safety. You need to be able to access it instantly, but you don't want it to lose value. The best place for this money is a high-yield savings account, HYSA. Traditional banks might offer 0.01% interest. That means if you save $10,000, you earn $1 a year. A HYSA currently offers between 4% and 5% APY. That means $10,000 earns $400 to $500 a year just for sitting there. It's free money. Open an account with a reputable online bank. Transfer your money there immediately. Make it slightly inconvenient to withdraw, maybe link it to your main bank, but don't keep it as your daily spending account. Create friction between you and the money. This psychological barrier is vital. Remember, this money is for emergencies only. A broken car is an emergency. A broken leg is an emergency. A sale on sneakers is not an emergency. If you touch this money for non-emergencies, you have to start the clock over. That's the reset button. So let's recap. First, calculate your true monthly burn rate. Multiply by 6. That's your target. Second, use the squeeze to free up monthly cash flow. Third, use the windfall rule to accelerate your progress. Fourth, park that cash in a high-yield savings account. Building this fund is the most important financial step you can take. It stops you from going into debt when life happens. It gives you the power to quit a toxic job, negotiate a raise, or handle a crisis without panic. Start today. Open that savings account. Set up an automatic transfer for the day you get paid, even if it's just $20. Consistency beats intensity. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button. It helps the algorithm show this to others who need it. And subscribe to Fiscal Beacon for more no-nonsense money advice. Next week, we're tackling a topic that scares many of you: how to negotiate your salary without feeling awkward. We'll give you the exact scripts to use, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. And if you're currently struggling with debt or investment decisions, always consider consulting a certified financial advisor for personalized guidance. We're educators, not your